Welcome to Trading Lounge and the daily US stocks for Thursday, 15th of December. We've got the FOMC announcements very shortly, and then the Fed Chair press conference. So we'll probably see the market spike. In terms of the SP500 here, we've only got 3 waves up here so far. So that can be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here if we don't take out the top. But the thing is that the move down here is in 3 waves, so it's highly likely that we're going to see a move up here. And if that's the case, then we'll need to look at this as wave 1 here, and then we'll be coming back for wave 2 in due course. Now, once we get these 5 waves up here, if we don't get this coming back and we go further up, we'll be exposed with that top here. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. So then we would look to go long at that point, just saying, we don't want to miss the boat, so to speak, but otherwise we'll pull back into this area here. So it's kind of interesting when we look at just some of the sectors. I won't bore you to death, but the finance sector here, I've got 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave here. So some of these, maybe not the Bank of America, but Goldman's and Chase can have another move up. And you see how they'll get wave 1 up here? It could be wave C as well, as a sort of an A, B, and C up here for the B wave over here, but there's just as good a case as having the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here, and then we have wave 1 here, and then we come back for wave 2. And I kind of think that's the case because I'm seeing impulse waves up in the emerging markets that we looked at yesterday, not in this particular video. And then there's also other sectors as well. Now, obviously the consumer discretionaries are the weakest here. We can look at this as an A wave down here, a B wave and a C wave, and have a low in and look at this as wave 1 here, and then look at this as wave 2 here. But because this is quite much shorter than, and hasn't really made a deep low here as the C wave here, we could, and this is a much bigger leg over here, we could also look at this in reverse here and look at all of this down here as 1 and coming back for 2 here, or even 2 over here as an A, B, and C over here, and then come down. But anyway, we'll use the 150 for that anyway. So anyway, that's a little bit of a, this is the thing, it's a bit of an eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which way do we go, one of the other strong sectors, this is one of the weakest with the communication sector, apart from the energy sector, because that's kind of in a bit of a world of its own. The tech sector is kind of interesting as well when we look at it. We can do the same thing as well. We can go for the A, the B, and the C wave down here, right? And then I can look at this here as wave 1 and 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, the fourth wave, and then we should make a push up here, which would make the 5th wave here, and then the ABC. But that's what we're talking about with the S&P anyway. The other one is the industrial. This is one of the stronger ones here. So this is really coming quite high over here. It doesn't, it can take the top out and still end up making a new low down here as an expanded flat. So we can look at it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. Don't worry about the wave 2. It can also be wave 4. But the situation here is the same. We've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up here. So we're going to get the same thing here. We're going to get this. I don't think it's going to go too far away from 100, but you never know. But this is what we'll be looking at later. We'll be trying to figure out if we've got a bear market coming down or we're going to be going up into a bull market, So the bias around the place for me is really the weaker stocks, like in the consumer discretionaries. They could make new lows, but some of these other ones will be sort of continuing higher. But I don't know that for sure, Also, only when we get, this here is one side of the fence over here, and this is the other. and I need to understand the other, and we'll look for trade setups in the other, but we'll also look to short as well, for short term, but just reiterating the situation really as simply as I can. Yeah, so it's a bit of a quandary, and I'm not the sort of person to be always bullish or always bearish, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm old and crusty enough to put those sorts of opinions to the side and just focus on the facts. So it's the same with the Apple here. When this is quite close to its lows here, so when you think about it, if we get, even if this is bullish, say the finance sector or the industrials, when this pulls back into an ABC pattern here, right, it might be a shallow one, it might be deep, it might be the 61.8, but when that does come down here, then you're going to get a lot of these markets like Apple, maybe they pull back and make another little low. It doesn't have to be that far back, but all we need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the meantime, if the 150 becomes the support, well, then I'll change my mind and we'll look for long trade setups here, so I just that's the way I'm thinking anyway. So we're going to go from 10,000 ticks to 1,000 ticks. We don't need to do a big sort of thing here. So with this market, we were looking down as wave 1 and then an ABC for wave 2. Now we're looking for the S&P to make a new high up here for this, and then come down. If that's the case, then I'll need to reassess the situation. In this case, we can look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here, which we did do on the 100 ticks. On the S&P 500, we can only count 3 waves down, so they're all a little bit different in their own ways, and as 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the third, fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then looking at this as some type of correction here. But I have to say it's a big base for a wave 2, and this has moved off nicely here. Everybody's getting ready for the meeting, the buy the rumor, sell the fact type of thing, you know what I mean, like over here, so we'll just see what comes out of the gates. That's about it really at that point. So let's Nvidia is the same as well. I could count 5 waves down here, but it's difficult to count up here as being completed. So yeah, look, I don't know. I think we're looking for one more little top here, but can't say for sure. But we're above the 180, so if you wanted to set up a trade, anything to click onto that above that would click on that to the long side. I'm going to move through a little bit quickly today. Amazon, in the consumer discretionary, can't find that ETF on my other chart over here. But anyway, we can have a low in here. It's possible to have that low in here. But this is another one too, when that big ABC pullback comes, like this one here, when this pulls back here for wave 2 here, then these ones here can continue their move to the downside here. So we've got a nice ABC pattern here. Will it take this top out here? I don't know. If it does, then we might need to be looking at a more complicated wave 4 over here. But I could also look at this here, by the way, as wave 1 here and wave 2 here as wave 1, ABC for wave 2, and 1 and 2, and moving up at this point, So I understand all the implications and what's what. All I'm looking for at the end of the day is not to worry too much about what these guys do. But when these markets here top out and we get that 5 waves up there, this ABC pullback here that will soften over Christmas is the one that we want. This is where our focus will be. So I think we're going to have a pretty easy Christmas. We don't have to do much. We're not going to get some massive bull run, I don't think. We're going to get a softer thing there, and we know retail sales are down and softer and all those sorts of things. I think they come out tomorrow. I think, is it retail tomorrow? Is it yeah, I think it is. I can't see it there, but anyway, meta platforms. So I had this 5 waves down here, so I sort of clung to that, but we could quite easily make another high here. So I might need to put wave 4 over here, because all the other markets will be making tops. So we might need to look at this in some other way. There's different ways to look at it. If I go to 1,000 ticks, makes it a little bit cleaner here. This is one of my original sort of counts with the A wave here, the B wave 1 and 2 and 3, and we've got 5 waves here, so an A wave, a B wave, and there's 5 waves in that move there. It doesn't really pierce a nice low though. So wave 4 here, and then looking up at that point. Could I look at this as an A wave here, an A, B, C for the B wave, and down for the C wave here, and put the B wave over here, and look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here? Yeah, there's a couple of things that we could do with this, but I have to say I'm not that particularly worried about it, because I'm just need it to top wherever it's going to top. I did do some work on it on the 10 tick chart here, if you want to get a snapshot of that. And then look for my mistakes here. I was counting this here as wave 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2, and then little 1 and 2, and then the third wave into here, fourth, third and fourth, and then the fifth for the third here, and looking for the fourth here and the fifth up here. So I could look at it as an A wave up here, an A, B, C for the B wave here. It doesn't really count quite nicely at this point here though. Anyway, I'm not. The thing is that you can see that it was strong here. And now you can see this move back down here has overlapped the top here. This is a market that's creeping to the upside and going to hit supply up here. So we could end up at 130. I'll just add that there to see if we take out the top, but that's the next level to the upside there. And 120 is the other one here, group 1, 1, 2, and 3 for all of that. But I'm not fussed. I'll just let it top out. I don't want to chase anything to the upside just yet. Netflix, I also don't really understand this here as well. So I'm just going to leave that. We could probably easily get a spike into here, and we can look at this as some sort of ending sort of situation. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, but I'm still looking for that top. That's the main point. And then this is also, you know, a classic trading levels pattern across this number here. So looking for an ABC back here later is pretty much on the cards of what we're looking at. So no need to chase any of this to the upside. Enphase here, we looked at this as the A wave, a little ABC for the B wave, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, a bit of an overlap, but we'll suck that up, and 1 and 2 here, and they're still in the little third wave here. The third wave's not topped there yet, need a fourth and fifth at this point. And yeah, so anyway, the FOMC meeting must be starting at 6 o'clock in Australia, 6 a.m. in Australia, so it must be 2 p.m. in New York. So Tesla here as well. So if this spikes up here, I think that would kind of want to protect things a little bit. We've got this as 1 and 2, and then we've got a nice 5 wave structure here now. Certainly anything could happen from the announcements, but the trend is down. If you want to hang in there, we're going to take it at the 150. You could take it here before the meeting, but the video won't get out there before I'll probably get out. I wanted to get it out there before the Fed speaks. That was sort of the main thing, really. Anyway, we took some profit in here yesterday with that little thing, so I'll just put that back where it was. I'll leave that there. You can do what you will, but this is not finished to the downside. If you can take the heat back to this point here, because that's what could happen. You know, if you can take that heat, that's fine. If not, then you'll need to take the money off the table here now. And okay, so this is good. Okay, well, this is good. I was a bit worried about this because I only had, with Google here, I only had 3 waves down, but now I can see I've got 5 waves down, so I can go back to where I was at the moment with this. So just excuse my thing. We had this here and here, and then I was looking for 5 waves down, but I didn't get it, you know. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I've got it now. It's not I don't really need that ABC there. There's still a bit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still a bit more to go down here, and then we could have this wave 2 over here. So we're still on track here with this 5 wave structure over here with this and this. We'll just see how this all plays out, but that's all good. And Microsoft, yeah, well, I don't know. I thought we'd get another top up here. We still might, you know. We just got to get past these, you know, when the Fed talks, you know how it goes. So, but to me, this is all the first high above the level, this stuff. So we can't really do anything until we've got, you know, further downside here for this. That may be the top in place here. You know, I've just allowed for it to move up because that move there is in 3 waves, so that looks like it's in 5. So it might be just 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 going up here higher. I don't really want to get involved in that. Berkshire Hathaway here, we looked at this yesterday as the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave, the same as the US bank. So we could probably expect one more push up there. That's a 61.8%. So we'll see how that plays out, and then that will be a top there. It could also be wave 1 or wave C of B, the same sort of situation. So just we need that to top and turn. And the same with block as well here. Yesterday we looked at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here. Because of the gap here, I'm thinking I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up to this point. But this could also be wave 5 top as well, and this would be wave 4 coming into here, and then wave 5 coming up here for this. So not quite sure, because I could just put this green blue wave 3 here, but yeah, I think I'll just go with the way that I've got it here. So yeah, so this to finish off here in some sort of way, and then this here, and then we come down from that point. Now this could also be, it could be bullish. It could be wave 1 over here and 2 here, and then wave 1 here and 2 here. So I'll just see how it goes. I want it to mature across this number here. It's gone above here, but it hasn't come back and tested it. So that's really what I'm looking for. The breakout's important, and you can obviously trade that, but the retest is also important as well. Okay, so the Bank of America is one of the weaker banks here, and as I mentioned, this particular market, this one, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here looks quite good. I could probably even put wave 4 over here, but you know, I don't think that it's got time to make a new high up here where the other banks have, and I don't want to do anything just here as well. I've got, this is in 3 waves here. I could put this here as an A wave here. It looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So that's why this wave 4 could actually be played out here as well. But I just want to get past this area here before we do anything, and I don't want to do anything before announcements and things. And this is Goldman's here. So I could count 5 waves down here from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit dodgy, I have to say, a bit of a small 4th wave here, but it kind of all fits. You know, I normally look at, you know, I'm normally a bit of a, I like the details. Sometimes I get the details wrong, but at least I have a look, you know, at least I go in, dive in and look at them. So here, we don't really have 5 waves up here. We have some sort of corrective wave here. I don't know if this is going to like spike up here and give us some sort of A, B, and C here, and we've got to put wave 2 over here. I don't know what's going to happen at that particular point. Yeah, and once this covers this gap here, then it's got, you know, it can move up from that point. So once again, we'll just wait and see. I think it's Friday that we can, you know, the late Thursday afternoon, Friday, that we can look for trades. This is Chase Morgan's here, so I don't have the thing here. That's the high, and it hasn't come down very far. Now, I can count it as 5 waves to this point, but it's not fantastic 5 waves. It's just 1 and 2 here, and the 3rd wave is to here with 1 and 2 and 3 into here, and 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So a bit dodgy, and then wave 4 comes really high as well. So that's a bit of a problem. So all this is a bit of a problem. So this is possible for this one here. We could actually make a new high here like Berkshire Hathaway and then come down from that point. I don't know. So we'll just see what happens after the announcements and see what spikes occur, and then we'll settle in for the Friday. Alrighty, I'm going to leave it at that, just short and sweet, and yeah, let's just allow the dust to settle. But like I said, tomorrow we've also got announcements as well. We've got the Philly manufacturings, we've got retail sales, and industrial production. So but we should be able to sort of get some consensus on that before they actually happen. And the flash PMI on the Friday, I don't think it'll be such a big deal, but Yeah, let's get past the 2:30 today Fed chair press conference, and once that spike is over, the dust can settle and we'll see if we are on track as we thought we would be. Alrighty, cheers.